And we are live. I guess this has kind of turned into a drive with me because I just need to escape. I need to escape. You know what? YouTube is an escape for me. Yeah, I'll admit it. 3-hour gym sessions, that's an escape for me. These are all escapes. Because sometimes life can just be a little bit overwhelming. It's been overwhelming for the past year and a bit. No one will ever understand what I've been going through, and that's fine. We all have our crosses to bear. We all have our burdens. We are all going through something for sure. And I'm not here to be, pull a Prince Harry. Pity me, my life is so hard because my family doesn't like my wife and blah, blah, blah. You're born into royalty. Yeah, you may be stuck spiritually. I know Eckhart Tolle talks about that. How people born into like a very noble kind of family, like a royal family, they get stuck spiritually in that they get stuck in this like realm of unhappiness because they're doing things based on the family or for the crown or what have you. Like, yeah, whatever. But his life is still better. He escaped England. Good for him. Him and his wife are in God knows where. Where are they? California? Whatever. But I know a lot of people were talking about, it was Kelly Osbourne. I saw a clip somewhere. She was saying like Prince Harry is a female boob. I don't know how to explain that, and saying that he complains that his life is so hard. And I don't want to pull that, It's not like I'm on Prince Harry's level. Are you kidding me? There's no way. But honestly, YouTube is an escape for me because it's something that it's something I had a vision for myself. There's nothing wrong with wanting to create a life outside of the normal 9 to 5. There's nothing wrong with trying to live in your truth. And I'm really passionate about helping people with fitness, helping people lose weight, helping people evolve. And I know I can't do that fully. I can do the weight loss part, but I can't do the evolution part until I go through that myself. So I know, like, people will say certain things about, exercising 3 hours a day. It's a little too much, but that's where I build my mental fortitude. That's where I escape the pain of life. Because when I exercise, I don't feel the pain of my car accident injuries. When I exercise, I don't feel the pain of my trauma and of my mental injuries. I don't feel it. I feel invincible. I feel on top of the world. And having an addiction to exercise, not saying that I do have one, is not a bad addiction to have. It's better than having an addiction being a sex addict. It's better than being a porn addict. It's better than other addictions like that. It's better than being a drug addict. What's wrong with being addicted to your health? What's wrong with that? There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And I don't know. People just want to put things into your head and plant you in a certain way. But only you know your truth. And my truth is that I know what I want. And it's not a bad thing to want to level up in certain ways and just be addicted to bettering yourself. It's not a bad thing at all. Anyway, I don't want my phone to heat up because that's a strong possibility. But we are going to talk about Summer and Omad and how you can definitely... Am I going backwards? That is awesome. Let's properly park the car and let's turn it off. All right. That was a weird way to start the vlog, but the live stream, but that's my truth right now. Life is stressful. Dealing with this car accident. I know you guys are probably sick and tired of hearing about it. I'm sick and tired of dealing about it. I just had to write a whole long email to my lawyer, and I was just dealing with the logistics of it. It's a challenge, but we all have our crosses to bear. And I don't want to sound like someone who's, sorry, I'm trying to turn on the car here because it is hot. Hopefully, I don't think there should be anyone around. Turn on. I just don't want to sound like someone who's saying, oh, my life is bad, blah, blah, blah. But it's, I don't want to negate what I've been going through. It's been hard. So I was sitting on the computer doing all that stuff for my lawyer, and then my neck started freezing up. And I'm like, can I really go back to plumbing? What am I going to do with my life? It's just an unfortunate event, and it's taken me so long to heal because I think what happened in my neck was a full-on herniated disc, and my body just healed because I was healthy before the accident. I was overweight. Can you be healthy and overweight? That is the conundrum. I was obese. I was not just overweight. I was obese. But I exercised a lot, and I feel like my body kind of healed itself because my chiropractor said that definitely people who exercise and they get into accidents, their spines will heal up better than someone who's more sedentary. But I was just dealing with all of that, and I just got overwhelmed, and I wanted to run away, and I want to go to the gym, but I can't. I have an appointment, so YouTube is my escape right now. YouTube's my escape, and there's nothing wrong with that. Hence why I'm a bit late for the live stream. But I'll just keep talking until more people roll in. But it's been a challenge. This would all be easier if I didn't have pain, if there was just no pain. Something about chronic pain that just makes someone insane. And I've been dealing with it for 10 years, and I don't even know how. Like, the pain was the reason all my life. Let's talk about my weight loss journey here. My life, when I was in high school, I was like the bigger girl, but I looked good. I held weight well. I've got big bones, I've got muscle. And like I was at like 100 and I'm loud. Is anyone here? Oh my God, it's so quiet in this neighborhood. It's so quiet. It's really quiet. And I'm hearing my voice echo. Oh, there's a kid. Anyway, I was like 170 to 100, maybe mainly 180 pounds in high school. But I was hanging around, but back then, like everyone was like 110, 120. All my friends were, oh, don't you dare go into the car because I'm gonna have to run. Great, there's a there's a freaking bee. But I don't want to deal with that driving. Can you imagine that? Kristen Quickfit, I remember she said she was driving her car and she posted that she saw the biggest spider on her windshield. I'm like, if I saw that while driving, I am dropping the car and I'm running. But anyway, I was like, in the 180s, but all of my friends that I hung out with, they were like smaller, they were shorter girls. And they all were like 110, 120. And I always never, ever, ever felt like the pretty one. Never. Which is probably why I didn't go around and, because all my friends were like active. Everyone was doing it. And I pretty much like stayed. I was very insecure about my body. Very insecure. I just didn't think men would be attracted to me. And probably the reason why I lost my virginity at 21. I just wasn't the kind of girl that would like, I just was like, oh, I just don't get attention from men. It is what it is. I don't really care. And I was always insecure about my body that way. And I don't even know where I'm going with this, but yeah. And then I started working out when I was like 21, 22. I got relatively fit for me because I went to university. The freshman 15 happens, if you guys know what that means. The freshman 15 is basically when you put on weight when you go away from university. I went to the University of Waterloo, which is about 2 hours away from Toronto, because I didn't want to live at home. I didn't want to be at home at all because I didn't really have a supported home environment. I've always felt alone. I've always felt like I had to figure things out. And I hid this because at the end of the day, you have to hide that in order to succeed in the world. You can't be going around crying and all that stuff because no one will take you seriously. So I always put on a happy exterior. I was always the girl that people wanted at the parties. People wanted to hang around because I was wild. I was fun because I just buried everything and I let it, it would come out at night when I was alone. But I just like lived my life and I just didn't care. I didn't care. And then I started working out, got more confident, and that's when I started getting attention from boys, men, mainly older men. I was like, 21? Like, all the guys I dated were literally like 15 years older than me. I remember telling my girlfriend that, Marquis, I gotta hang out with her because she would message me this morning. She's like, girl, I need you to teach me how to count my macros. I'm like, girl, you need to know how to count your calories before macros. So I'm probably going to be coaching her because I just enjoy doing it. It's so funny. She's like, you have daddy issues. And I was like, well, of course I do. Where is this live stream going? I don't even know. I'm just talking away. So let it be. I'm just being myself. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I really don't care to be accepted by people. That's one thing I don't really care about. I don't care. I just want to be my own, because I learned in life, when you try to be accepted by people, you will never, ever, ever be accepted for yourself. You will never have self-acceptance, because you can do what people want, but at the end of the day, you are going to be living a life for other people. And where did I learn that lesson from? My mother. I always tried to make her happy. Always try to make her happy. But no matter what I did, I couldn't. So I've learned at a young age that who cares? Just do what you're going to do. People are going to like you or not. But anyway, where was I going with this? Yeah, I started getting attention from dudes, blah, blah, blah. And then I got pregnant at 24. That's when I met my son's father. He was the only guy I was careless with. Every other guy, I was making sure that would not happen. But yeah, and then that happened. I gave birth to my son. Best thing that has ever happened to me. At the time, I was in the mindset of, what do you call it? Natural birth, natural labor, because that was the whole thing on Facebook back then. And I probably should have had an epidural earlier. I didn't have an epidural at all. I thought I can do it on my own. And I don't know, the doctors forced me into labor because they thought he, what do you call it? Pooped in the womb, but that didn't happen. So they broke my water. So they kind of forced my body into labor, and he was stuck in me. It was a 27-hour long labor, and he came out sunny side up. He was stuck in me for 3 hours. And oh my God, I probably should have had a C-section. They told me over and over again, C-section. But I'm like, no, I want a natural birth. C-sections are evil. Because you get brainwashed with the whole natural kind of thing. And I might have to turn on the car because I'm afraid the phone's overheating. And that has happened too many times on a live stream that I'm kind of traumatized. And it's only 20 degrees, but it's hot today. But yeah, and then through that injury and all that, like, if my birth was natural in the sense that my body was ready to give birth, I honestly think I wouldn't have that injury. And then it happened. I had a lot of chronic back pain. Doctors were like, oh, it's fine. It's okay. It's just normal pain. It will pass away in 6 months. 6 months come, and I go to the gym before I was pregnant. Another thing. Oh my God. Back then, this is 2014. I know, back then. It sounds ancient. I had a doctor. My doctor told me not to exercise pregnant. So I stopped exercising pregnant. I wish I continued exercising. And nowadays we see women like busting it out at the gym while they're pregnant, and I love it. And if I ever get the honor to get pregnant again and have a kid, you bet I'll be at the gym working out pregnant, because you need your muscles strong down there. So I stopped working out, which I shouldn't have done, which probably caused my body to just and then they said 6 months, nothing happened. And I went to the gym, and I remember I was doing these plank up and down. So you go from a straight arm plank to a short arm plank. And I just felt this twist in my back. And I was like, oh my God. And I was in so much pain. I'm like, I can't work out. And then went back to the doctor. She's like, oh, okay, let's get an MRI. It's probably a slip disc. Being at the Canadian healthcare system, slip disc, what happened? I waited 8 months for an MRI. I thought I would get results. The MRI came out clean. I had no slip disc. So I'm like, what is going on? Why am I in so much pain? Why is my back killing me? And I'm 25 years old, Why the heck? Was I overweight? I was like 220 after my pregnancy. 210, 220. So I was overweight, but I wasn't I was close to, no, I was obese, but I was close to being healthy, because I got pregnant at 180 pounds, and then I put on the normal weight, and then the pain. And I was like, why is this happening to me? Why? And then that just spiraled into like 2 to 3 years of me just pretty much giving up on life. Let's just be honest. Because when that MRI came out clean, I thought I was crazy. I'm like, what the hell is going on with me? What is wrong with me? And then during that spiral, that's when the weight went up. The weight kept creeping up. So I ballooned to about 300 pounds almost, because food was taking away the pain. Food was taking away the physical pain, and food was taking away the mental pain. I gave my all pretty much to my little guy. And that is when 2017 happened. And that's when I was done. I was done with everything. I was done with life pretty much. And I was hospitalized for like a good 2 months or 3 months. And then I went back to my doctor, and then they finally listened to me after years, and they're like, okay, we're going to take you to see a physiatrist. And the physiatrist, after what, 14, 15, 16, 17, after 4 years of being in debilitating chronic pain, they said it was the pelvic floor. Something that should have been number one, because that's like the number one like place when a woman gives birth. What people don't understand, when the pelvic floor is destabilized, your whole body is, because it supports your core, it supports your lungs, it supports your back, your spine. So when that goes, you completely go. And that's what happened there. And then I finally fixed that, and then the car accident happened. So then I just started just trying to create a different version of my life. Like, I could have succumbed and given up and been on a bunch of pain meds. I could have done that. I couldn't, but I said no. I wanted to lose the weight. I wanted to be healthy. I wanted to show up for my son. And I just thought, like, my pain will serve a purpose to, tell other people, maybe people who are on my boat, or maybe people dealing with other medical issues, that they can get through it. And then I started documenting on Instagram, and then everyone told me to go on YouTube, and I was like, okay, I'll try the YouTube thing. And the YouTube thing was fun, and then I got up in the comparison mind, and now I am at the point where I'm just like, who cares? Just do you, pretty much. Anyway, I rambled for 16 minutes. This is probably, it's 11 a.m. All right, so my time. But anyway, I'm just going to get back to what I was talking about. I just needed to let that out. But let's talk about how you can prioritize weight loss via Omad and enjoy your summer. Let's talk about that, because that's what this live stream is about. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So the way you can do that is, listen, when you do Omad and you do it more days that you don't, you're going to win. It is such a powerful diet in the sense that you get the effect for like days on end. Like, if you stay in a calorie deficit and you eat your meals in like a regular fashion, and then you mess up one day, the scale is definitely going to tell you that you messed up. Whereas with OMAD, if you do it consistently for like, let's say, do it consistently for like 5 days on end. And then if you go out with your friends and have a day where you want to enjoy drinks or restaurant food, then do it up. And if the scale goes up, it's fine. It will probably go up a pound. It may maintain. Usually for me, it maintains. And just do OMAD the next day and you'll be right back down. So I don't want people stressing about their weight loss journey and having fun, because what OMAD does is that you don't have to worry about staying on your diet, your special diet, or you don't have to worry about eating clean when you go out to a restaurant, or you don't have to worry about eating keto. All you have to worry about is eating in a small eating window. So let's say you're going out with your friends and you want to have a night out. How long are you realistically going to go out with your friends and eat? Usually people are eating for about, let's say you're just having a meal. A meal takes you at a restaurant maybe an hour to finish or so. So it would probably take an hour. If you're having drinks, you're going out to a bar, you're having some drinks, and you're like munching along the way. How long are you really going to munch for? You're not going to do that for more than 4 hours. So totally throwing in a 24 or more method and just going out, it brings, like, you don't have to stress. One night will not kill you. Enjoy your life. I don't want people like having to stress about their diet. I remember around Christmas time when I was doing what do you call it, vlogmas, there's so many people who are like making sure they were within their calories when they go to Christmas parties and what have you. You don't have to do that with all that. You can just throw in a day where you just don't count calories. I highly recommend counting calories on every other day, but you can give yourself a bit of a rest. And OMAD gives you that flexibility. And I've seen it so, like, the only person I can think of right now is intermittent fasting foodie, how she shows how she uses different modalities of intermittent fasting and OMAD and different varieties to like adjust to what she's doing. She knows if she's having a busy day, she can get away with eating one meal a day within a half an hour eating window. She knows if she's having a birthday party for one of her kids or what have you, she can open up to an 18-6. and then you can throw in a long fast. It's all about learning how to use these fasting tools to adjust to sorry, I'm just trying to see something here. Yeah, there's no comments right now, so I'm wondering if this is messed up or no one's commenting. To adjust to your what am I trying to say? To adjust to whatever you want. So it like gives you that power, and that's what I love about it, because I'm not stressing anymore. It was my son's birthday on Monday. So I enjoyed his birthday. What did I do? I had some cake and I had pizza, and I ate that within an hour eating window, and my weight pretty much maintained. So that's one of the powers that it gives you. You don't have to stress about worrying about sticking to your routine. As long as you're doing it more than you're not, it's a win. Oh, on the days that you don't do Omad, and I mean, on the days that you're going out with your friends and you don't do Omad, or you do Omad, on those days, maybe throw in, because you know, like you have an event coming up, maybe throw in a keto Omad day just to help, you know, ramp up your metabolism a bit. It's not very necessary, but one day of keto Omad is extremely powerful. Or perhaps throw in just being more consistent with the OMAD. Like, let's say you're going out Saturday night, you know, there's a big event, there's a big, let's say someone's having a block party or you're having a barbecue, and it starts at, like, barbecues don't start in the morning. Let's say it starts at 12. That's a pretty early barbecue. So, you know, you're having a big party and event. Monday, do an OMAD or clean up your diet and do a regular diet. And when I say OMAD, it could be 24 or more, snack stacking or whatnot. Or you can just count your calories. Just count your calories, stick to your routine. Tuesday, do the same thing. Just find a way to keep the scale at bay. Do it from Monday to Friday. And then come Saturday, open up your eating window, have an 18-6, which is like a pretty sizable eating window, and just enjoy the party stress-free. You know, stop eating around the same time you would normally not eat around your OMAD meal and just do the same thing. There's literally no stress in that way. And I just want people to understand that. It's so much power to it. And I'm going to be demonstrating this on my channel. I do have a few videos on the Calorie Stampede that I went to and enjoying that. Right now I've been maintaining, but we are dropping now. We are now dropping. And the key to dropping weight is literally just counting your calories. That's why I always say it's so important to count your calories. The key to gaining weight, because I have a few people who want to gain weight, and even my friend that I was talking about, she wants to gain some weight because she loses weight pretty quickly because her job's pretty physical, is to count your calories. You need to be aware of what you're eating in order to make the scale go where you want to go. So yeah, that's a lesson I learned. I should have learned that lesson, because I went back and I looked at my weight log, because I've been struggling lately. And I'm like, what did I do before to get the scale down consistently? And that's another reason why you should have a weight log. You can use the weight log to go back and look at what you did because it's a documentation of everything. I wish I brought my weight log now, but I didn't. But it documents everything. Like the months that I was on fire were February, March, April, May. So I went back and I looked at my March weight log. That was the first time that I got to the 170s. And I looked back and I'm like, well, what was I doing to get that weight off? And why was it so easy and effortless for me to do so? So I went back and looked at the weight log. I looked at the hours I was fasting. Every day I was fasting on average 20 to 22 hours. Some days it was 23, 24, and other days it may have been 19. And then I looked at my calories. My calories were consistently between 1,200 and 1,400 calories. And eating consistently 1,200 and 1,400 calories, whether I worked out or not, I saw the weight dropped. So it's a process. If you're trying to get back on track, or you're struggling with the summer and you kind of like lost my dog. The dog's so cute. Sorry. And you guys, if the dog completely distracted me. Hang on, I gotta take a sip of water. And you're kind of struggling to go back on track. Trust the process. I know you might get into the state of mind where you want it now, but trust the process. Give it a few days. Just keep up with the calories. You might not see a scale change right away, but give it time. And over time, you'll see the scale chip down. So it's all about just giving it longer than a day. That's what I tell myself right now, because that's what I'm definitely struggling with. So I did that yesterday. I had 1,400 calories. Was it the cleanest 1,400 calories? It was clean at the beginning, and then it wasn't at the end, but it was 1,400 calories regardless. I ended up having two, what do you call it, like little McDoubles, because I was out. I was at my son's football practice, and I didn't get a chance to go home, and I didn't go grocery shopping, which I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be doing a whole grocery shopping thing. Doing more meal prep. I have a random video I uploaded today. I don't know. I'm editing it. It's just a bunch of meals I ate while eating one meal a day, how I got successful with eating one meal a day with Keto Omad. They're mainly Keto Omad meals, but there were some non-Keto Omad meals. It's going to be a very random video, but I think it will be a very helpful video so people can see exactly the kind of things I ate, and they can either mimic it or replace it with something similar that they might like. So it's just all about giving it time and enjoying the process. And like I said, I had 1,400 calories yesterday. Was it the cleanest? No, because I'm out of groceries, but that's fine. And the scale started chipping down again. So then that reminded me, hey, give it time. Just give it time. Things will start chipping down, and you just have to hang in there. That's all it is. It's a game of hanging in there. I really hope the settings didn't get messed up by this, because usually I would have a comment or two right now, but I really don't know. Funny things tend to happen when, okay, there's a comment. Here we go. Greetings from Northern California. I appreciate all the tips you share. Thank you so much. Hey, thank you so much for that. I was worried that, because sometimes when I have a live stream, set it up, and I leave it, and then I miss the live stream, and then I change the date, YouTube does weird things. People have told me that. So I just wanted to make sure comments were coming through. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. Northern California. That's awesome. I wish I was in the United States. Enjoy yourself, and thank you so much. But yeah, just trust the process. It's hard. It's getting over the mind be on that all when it comes to weight loss, because the easy part is actually, like, it's not, when I say doing it, I mean literally, it's not hard to count 1,400 calories and get it done. It's simple. Anyone can do it. It is what we say in narrative in our minds. It's what we're telling ourselves, the conversation we're having. Well, I want to have this because of this, or I'm feeling a certain way. Like right now, that's what I want to mention earlier. I completely forgot. With all the stresses that was going on with the whole lawyer thing, the car accident, I wanted binge. I'm not hungry. I want binge. Why would I do that? I just got everything tight for the last couple of days. Why would I do that? I wanted to binge because I was stressed. I just didn't want to feel the pain anymore. I was overwhelmed because I didn't know where my life was going. And I was just having an argument with my son's father. And I was just like, I don't know anymore. I'm just confused. And I literally wanted to just order a bunch of food. But why? Why? There are other ways to manage the pain. So instead of doing that, I went on this live stream, even though I was a bit late. I was going to go to the gym, but I can't go to the gym right now because I have an appointment. So you just have to find other ways to distract yourself and then deal with the emotions later. Because what happens is, I'm very guilty of this, when you just want to go out and eat the whole world, is that feeling gets overwhelming. And that feeling is in the body. Like what I've been learning from all the people I've been listening to, like Eckhart Tolle, Tara Brach, the body is the emotional mind. And the body is kind of like a dog. You gotta kind of have to tell it to stay, to stop. So when you get stressed and you want to eat and you don't want to stick to your diet, what is happening within you? What are the feelings that you're feeling within you? So what happens over time is that when we go through an emotional situation and we are having like high cortisol levels and we're stressed out, our body starts to, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my gosh, my brain just left the building. Our body starts to memorize those emotions. So it becomes automatic. So you come to a point where you start having a panic attack without even realizing you're having, like, without anything triggering it.
You ever heard people who struggle with anxiety or panic attacks, they just get them out of the blue? That happens when your body memorizes certain emotions and memorizes things. So the beautiful thing about that, oh, hey, Jean, welcome to the live stream. Nice to see you. Welcome. I hope you're doing well. Are you at work today? Because I know you popped on a lunch break one time. But yeah, what happens? Sorry, people are driving by, so I'm just making sure. What happens is our body memorizes those emotions. So when something triggers us, whether it be me getting stressed out with the lawyer or me getting into an argument with my son's father, I get this feeling in my chest. And the feeling gets overwhelming. And all I want to do is run away. And I don't know how to run away because I don't want to deal with it. So instead, I would turn to food. But instead of doing that, sit with the feeling. Get on the other side of the feeling. If it's too heavy for you, distract yourself. Like I did, I'm on YouTube right now. Or work out. Like people say, like my son's father doesn't understand. He's like, why are you at the gym for 3 hours? He thinks I'm going out and doing things. I'm like, no, I'm at the gym for 3 hours because I'm distracting myself. I'm using it as a tool to just get away with the overwhelming sense of emotions that I have been dealing with. And is it like the healthiest way to do it? There are worse ways to do it. Like I said in the beginning of the live stream, is it a crime to go out and just go on the treadmill and get your mind distracted? No. It's actually a technique in dialectical behavioral therapy or CBT, DBT. DBT is made for people who deal with trauma and stuff like that. It's actually a tool to go out and just do physical activity because it helps distract you. And then your emotions go from a 10 to like maybe a 4, and then you're able to properly handle it. And then you can go back and deal with the upsetting situation where that made you want to binge. And instead of binging, you're like, okay, I don't want to binge. I was just upset because of A, B, and C. And then that logical brain comes into mind. So I'm going to check out the comments here. Hey, Kerrigan, welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Nice to see you. Hey, Simone, welcome to the live stream. Nice to have you here. I wish I knew the time. I'm going to check the time on my car because I think I started this live stream at a very odd time. I don't think I'll start it at 11:30 because people are popping in. Yeah, 12 o'clock. People are popping in now. So 12 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. That is 2 o'clock Eastern and 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And GMT at 6 p.m. I believe it's 6 p.m. in the UK right now because you guys are 6 hours ahead of me here in.
Yeah. So it's all about like when it comes to weight loss, sustainable weight loss will not happen. And that's actually one I wanted to talk about in tomorrow's live stream. It won't happen until you target the mind. It's all about working on that mind, and you have to become a new person. You cannot be the person that got you to your highest weight. You have to develop new habits. You have to develop a new lifestyle. And there's nothing stressful about developing a new lifestyle because when you develop a new lifestyle, you develop a new you and you become a new person. And it just becomes second nature. And that's what people are missing. You can get all the weight loss help in the world, but if you do not do the inner work to change, you will not keep that weight off. And I will tell you this, the body will change way more faster than the mind. So you will lose weight 10 times faster than it takes for you to change and heal whatever it is you are going through. That is just the law of it. And I know this. I've been on this weight loss journey for 4 years and I am still dealing with everything I'm dealing with because life will come at you. I'm dealing with new things. I'm dealing with new pain. So if you do not have your inner world change to a point where you can be more resilient to when life knocks you down, you will not keep the weight off because you'll default to what you've always defaulted to, which is turning to food. Like I said, I wanted to binge right now. I want to binge. I just want to rage, but I'm not going to do that. And the only way to get through it is to just sit with those feelings and find ways, like I said, distraction, whether it be working out, talking to a friend. I'm going on YouTube right now. It could be just anything that will take your mind off of it. So it gets your emotions down from 10 to a 4, and then you can objectively handle it. It's about going through, like I said this on Lauren Dan Miller's Instagram post, because she posted it. She's an IFBB pro, bikini pro, and she's going into her first season after taking a year off to build muscle. And she went through a lot in the last couple of years. She lost her dad. She's been dealing with a lot of anxiety, and she wanted to give up on her prep. And I messaged her, and like I watched her journey on YouTube and all that. I love her. She's amazing. And I left a comment, and it's like, that's what happens when you get to the other side of not giving up. Get to the other side of not giving up. What do I mean by that? Like what I'm doing right now, I wanted to give up, even though I was seeing progress, even though progress was happening. I wanted to give up. So I'm finding whatever I can. Sorry. I'm finding whatever I can to do to get to that other side of giving up. And that's what I'm doing right now. Instead of succumbing to the feelings, I'm distracting myself. I'm going on YouTube. I'm talking to you guys in hopes that me sharing my vulnerable moment right now can help you get through the other side of not giving up. I was going to go to the gym just to distract myself, to bring my emotions down from a 10 to more of a 2. So I can be like, hey, I'm not hungry. I can still fast. I can still get through this. So it's all about doing that, having the courage to get to the other side of giving up. And the more you do it, the easier, I shouldn't say the easier, the stronger you get. You build that muscle. And it's the same thing. So I will talk about this more in tomorrow's live stream, but weight loss is truly a transformation, and it's a transformation that the physical will happen quickly, but the mental is always going to be a work in progress, because at the end of the day, the human mind is, it's a hard thing to deal with. A human mind is programmed to see negativity. It's programmed to see danger, because that's what protected us back in the days we were in, hunter-gatherers, when we were in tribes, when we were in the Stone Age. Danger protected us. But now what's happening in this day and age, our brain is looking for danger in places that there is no danger. And that's why people are just becoming in a situation where it's tough. But the beautiful thing about the human mind is neuroplasticity. We can train our mind to do what we want. So the power is in our mind. It's all about our mind, no matter what we do. We have to see it. We have to ignore the voices in our head, and we have to ignore the external voices, because people are going to want to tell you things that they believe is true. But in life, you got to live your truth. What is your truth? Because at the end of the day, this is your life. You can't live for the opinions of other people. You can't live for the approval of other people. So if you're on your weight loss journey and you have people around you that are sabotaging your journey, who are criticizing you, saying, Omad is wrong, eating one meal a day, you're not going to get enough nutrition. I did it for 8 months. My blood work is fine. Well, what's elevated is my cholesterol, but that is because I learned when you lose weight, and what happens when you lose weight with cholesterol, your body dumps a bunch of cholesterol in the fat. That's what I heard. And there's a lot of people going around who are actually lean and fit, and they're getting their cholesterol levels taken, and doctors want to put them on statins. I'm like, what is going on? I don't know what's going on there. I'm not going to get into any theories, but that's just a weird one. But I'm healthy. I'm not malnutrition or not malnutrition. I'm not malnourished or anything like that. So just never ever listen to other people. Try it out yourself before anybody convinces you otherwise. Like, that's the way to do it. Oh, Csections says, speaking facts, girl. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for always being here and being a support. Thank you for introducing me to that tea. I absolutely love it. I actually didn't have any electrolytes this morning. I usually have that tea in the morning, but I was just so stressed earlier today. I just kind of didn't do that. But I'll go back home and do that all before my appointment. Mindset is so key. Yes, it's mindset. It's transforming from within. It's literally the spiritual journey. It's all of that. It all comes to play. It's the only way to keep the weight off. And honestly, the mind and conquering that part is the hardest part of your weight loss journey. Trust me, it is the hardest part, and it's the longest part, and it's a part that you're always going to have to adjust to. And I've learned that because I listened to a psychologist named Tara Brach. I talked about her, I don't know where I did, but I've been listening to her a lot recently. And she's a Buddhist psychologist. So she's a psychologist. She has her degree from like a normal university, and she also has training in Buddhism. And she is in her 70s now. And to this very day, she struggles with things. She struggles with an ED. Um, she struggles with binging and restricting and all of that. And even to this day, she's shared how she's always having to check her mind. She's always having to check herself. And it's okay to go through that because that's just the default of the human mind. And if you accept that, and you're always going to have to check yourself, it's not going to be rough every time. You're going to grow. It's going to get not easier, but you get stronger. It gets easier every time in the sense that you get stronger. But you always have to keep that in mind. You have to find a way to self-check yourself. So like when people lose the weight, get to their goals, I don't want to see anyone rebounding or gaining back all the weight. But usually what happens when people lose weight and gain it back, and I mean all of it, I'm not talking about a measly 10 pounds like I did. When that happens, it's because they lost their purpose. They lost the drive and they lost the routine. They lost it all. They did not do the inner work to keep that weight off. Or something may happen in life and it completely distorts them off. Like, listen, my situation, the chronic pain, that happened first. Then it happened again. And I saw my weight creeping back up. And what did I tell myself? And this pain is way more intense than the pain I dealt with the first time around. I saw my weight creeping back up, going up to 220, going up to almost 230 pounds. I went up to 229 pounds. I literally could have just sat there and said, you know what, I give up, throw in the towel. My weight would have ballooned. It would have went to 282 pounds and then some. But I didn't. I told myself, like, you know what, you need to grow through this. You need to find your strength through this. Because if you don't, it is life or death right now. Because if you don't, you are going to lose yourself and you're going to gain a lot of weight. So that's what happens to people. It's like they have to remember that they can overcome anything. They have to remember that they have it within them. And they have to learn how to work on changing the narrative in their mind. And I'm going to be talking more about this on my channel because I'm trying to do that right now, trying to change the narrative of my mind. And it also comes down to lack of connection within and with others, because there is an epidemic of loneliness out there. That's what I'm learning. And I know at times I definitely feel lonely, even though I have like my son and my son's father around me. Like, it's an epidemic of loneliness, and it comes from being disconnected from oneself. So ways to get connected with yourself are doing things like being present, going out in nature, going on a walk. Do you know how powerful a walk is? A walk is powerful not only for weight loss, it's probably the best weight loss tool out there, let's be honest. I'm going to do a video on that, how walking for weight loss trumps everything. Not only that, but it literally brings down your cortisol levels just because you're forced to scan. Like I learned this from Dr. Mindy Pelz's video. When you walk, you're looking from side to side, and that allows you to be like aware, and you're aware of what's going on, and your brain is forced to be in the present moment, especially when you're walking out in nature. And just doing things like that helps connect you with yourself again. Just being at one with nature. And that's what I'm trying to do more of. Now that I'm working out with body weight workouts, I'm going to start working out outside. I used to do outside workouts all the time. I remember when I lived back in Toronto and I was uploading on this channel, I used to do like workouts by the lake and all that. I'm going to start doing that again. But yeah, it's all about reconnecting with yourself and just keeping it up. It's a lifelong journey, but never ever give up on yourself. You know, things will happen, you'll falter, but you are not your mistakes. You are not your failures. You are worthy of it. No matter what your mind may tell you, no matter what your life may be when you compare it to other people online on social media. Don't, like, we all do it. Everyone does it. Like, we are in an epidemic of comparison because now we're noticing people that we never would be connected with because of social media, and we're thinking that we need to, like, we need that life. But the life we need is the life that we have, because the life that we have is the life that we are going to grow from and evolve from. It's just stuff I have to keep telling myself because I am down right now, but there is a higher part of me that reminds myself of this. Anyway, I don't even know if this live stream is really about Omad. It kind of is about Omad. I did talk about Omad. Oh, today I can tell you what I'm doing right now, my Omad routine. I don't know if I'm repeating myself. I'm filming a video, so I'm kind of like, what am I doing? But if I'm repeating myself, sorry. My current Omad routine right now is to eat 13 to 1400 calories a day. Oh, 12 to 13, 1400 calories a day. Should be 12, but I lost weight on 14. But you want to start off with the lower calorie amount. It's easier to start off with the lower calorie amount, stay consistent with that, and then adjust as the time goes on. And whenever you're adjusting your calories, whether you're losing weight or gaining weight, it's really important to increase it by 100. So let's just say this is my plan that I'm struggling to stick to it, but I'm sticking to it. I'm failing forward, that's for sure. I'll tell you that. Hang on, I got to put lip gloss on. Whoa, sorry. I would put you on the stand, but every time I do that, the iPhone heats up and it drives me insane. But yeah, my lips are getting dry and I can't stand that. But where was I going there? I see your comments, Simone. Thank you. I'll get to it in a second, but you want to start off with the lower calorie amount, adjust by 100, but you want to stay consistent with it for like 2 to 3 days. 3 days is a good number to see what the scale does. I just need to stick to 3 days with 1200 calories. But I'm winning. I'm feeling forward. I lost some weight. So with 14, but like just stick to it, see what the scale does. And you want to look at the decimal places. If it's like dropping more than a pound, then you can bump up to 100 more and go to 1300. And you just like incrementally do that. So that's currently my routine. I'm trying to do that right now. Unfortunately, I can't do keto, Omad. I want to do keto so badly, but I can't right now. My brain wants carbs. I've done, like, this is the longest I've ever been in ketosis. I was in ketosis for 8 months, 8 months straight. And it was responsible for the majority of my, I lost 50 to 55 pounds on being in ketosis with Omad, but it's not necessary. You can do it with carbs. And I know a lot of people have that fear, and I've had videos discussing don't fear carbs. You can still lose weight on carbs. And this is a fear that people have who lost weight successfully on keto. A lot of people get into that mindset, but you can. So at the end of the day, macros don't matter when it comes to weight loss. What matters when it comes to weight loss is calories. Macros are a tool that you can use to help keep you in a calorie deficit, depending on your plan. Like if you're doing keto, you want to go high fat. But if you're doing like a low calorie, like snack kind of diet, which is what I'm doing right now, because I can't do keto. I love keto because keto just makes my life easier. That's why I love it. It just crushes the hunger. If you're doing it the other way, then you want to go high protein, because protein is more satiating and it has lower calories than fat. And you want to do like lower carbs and lower fat. So it's macros are just there to manipulate when it comes to weight loss. When it comes to building muscle and stuff, that's a different territory. But right now, the priority is weight loss. Anyway, going back to my routine, I will be doing that. And then I'm just doing body weight calisthenics training, and I'm getting stronger. I got to do a video on that. I have a list of all my PRs. I'm so proud of myself. Yeah, I can't do, apparently I'm not doing a push-up full to the ground. I can't. My shoulder is jacked. I'm going to try today, but I don't want to hurt myself. I got to be careful. But I'm able to do 20 push-ups in a row. I'm breaking PRs on the pullover machine, or the lat pull, not the lat pull down, the pull-up machine. I think, I don't know how strong I am, but I might be able to do a pull-up by the end of the year. That would be cool. I'm getting really strong. I'm like, where the heck is the strength coming from? It is crazy. And it's also helping my injuries, because my physio told me that try doing the bicep pull-ups, because I've got shoulder tendonitis. And when you strengthen the bicep, it helps. I have bicep tendonitis and I have shoulder tendonitis because of whatever the heck's going on with my shoulder. But when you actually exercise it, it helps, and it helps with the inflammation. It does. He's going to K-tape me today. I'm seeing him in about an hour before he goes on vacation. I need him. I'm going to be all K-taped for a while. But I've been doing a lot of body weight exercises, and I'm really noticing an improvement with my shoulders. Now, my lower back, that's another story. And my knee, that's another story. We're trying with the knee and the lower back, but I found out I have a doctor that I will be seeing hopefully soon. We don't know, but I know the name of the doctor. So let's just get this knee fixed because I'm done dealing with these injuries. I just kind of want to get my life back, figure out what I'm doing for work, whether that be going back to plumbing or not, and just get things going again. And of course, still growing on YouTube. So that's my routine. Lots of cardio. Cardio is walking. Walking is the best for weight loss. I don't care what anyone says. Walk. Oh, yeah, and swimming. But walking, I don't care. Walking is just so useful. So this is an awesome cardio routine at the gym. If you are a woman and you can't walk late at night because it's scary, it is scary. I'm not walking late at night as a woman. Like, it's just, it's a safety thing. And you want to go to the gym and you missed your walk. Go on the treadmill at an incline. Put the treadmill at max incline if you can. I have to remember, I've been doing this for months. Okay, let's do a relative incline. Let's say put the incline at 8. I go max. Let me just tell you what I do. I go on the treadmill, max incline. So that's 15. And then I walk very slowly. I walk between 1 mile per hour for 2 miles per hour for an hour. Every time I do that, the weight just peels off. Just slow walking. And what am I doing on the treadmill? I'm listening to I'm either jamming the music or I'm listening to podcasts, or you can read a book if you're able to do that. I tried to, but my concussion. I highly recommend putting that in your routine. Now, if you can't start off at 15 or max incline, just bring it up to 4. Start off at 2 to 4. Just slowly bring the incline up and get adapted to it. And I promise you, it will help you shed weight along with being in a calorie deficit. You got to do both. Like, standing and walking is just the ultimate way to lose weight. It just makes life easier. Like, there's no need to go kill it with the Stairmaster. There's no need to go kill it with what other machines. Like, the high intense cardio. It's the low impact steady state cardio that will win when it comes to weight loss, and walking is king. Swimming is pretty close, but not everyone swims or goes swimming a lot. So I would say walking, and I will be swimming more totally. Anyway, I'm going to read some comments. Simone says, I've been working a lot and not emotional eating. Currently trying meditation and reading a book by Alan Carr that's been helping. That's amazing. That's good. I know working helps. It's hard when you're not. Like, working is two things, because there are times, because I work a physical job, when I would work and I would not eat all day and I would just be stressed from work and I would come home and then just overeat. And then there are times when I'm working and I would not eat, but I would be fine to eat responsibly throughout the day. So I will tell you this, keeping busy and having just having a lifestyle where you're busy definitely makes dieting easier. That's why I try to keep myself busy as much as I can. It's very hard when you're stuck at home, but work actually makes things easier. And I cannot wait to get back on track with that and share with you guys where I'm going to be working, what my lifestyle will be about, and sharing all that with you guys, because I know a lot of people like lifestyle videos and all that. I do have one of those coming up this week, but yeah. Justine says, oh, you're welcome. Thank you. But yeah, it's all about being busy and dealing with whatever it is you're dealing with emotionally. That's the key. Like I said, getting past the other side of not giving up. When you want to give up, just hang in there until that feeling passes, and then it's an absolute win. So yeah. Anyway, what do I have coming out today? I want to do a meal video because I feel like people need a lot of meal ideas. I do have a random meal video coming out where it's just a bunch of Omad meals I had on my SD card. I think that will help people. But if you guys want any tips or ideas on meals, let me know. I will be doing more low calorie meals because I'm going back to the classic diet that everyone does, which is high protein, low calorie dense foods. So I will be doing a lot of those. I found that seafood, I know a lot of people don't like seafood, but seafood is one of the best low calorie meats you can get. Tuna. There's some tuna recipes I want to do, little tuna like burritos that will be like 150 calories each. There is a couple of like little Mexican dishes I want to do that are low calorie. The konjac noodles, those are the noodles I was talking about. You'll see that in a vlog coming up. I'm going to be going shopping today, so I'm going to be doing like a whole haul and a whole meal thing, because I think helping people and helping myself out too, when I do these videos, it really helps me out too. That just giving people little low calorie hacks that will help, because it's all about feeling satiated on as little calories as possible. That is the way to lose weight and keep it off. And that is the way I did it. I did it with keto. It's just, it was different with keto, right? Keto, the macros got me eating less, but I can't do keto right now because of my brain. So I'm going to do it the more, other way. And I'll do keto days once in a while just to show people on keto for sure. But it's all about finding a way to eat less. That is the key. And that is why right now I am not doing 23-1 Omad daily religiously. I'm using that as a tool because I want to get used to the small snacks. I want to get used to eating light throughout the day, because I think that is the best way to keep weight off. And it truly is. Like, look, person I can think of most successful, Louise's journey. Her meals are low calorie dense meals. I'm also thinking of getting Greg Doucette's cookbook, because he always talks about low calorie dense meals, and he's got delicious foods on there too. Like, low calorie meals, eating low calorie nowadays, it is so easy because there's so many hacks. Like those konjac noodles I was talking about that are 25 calories per pack, some of them are 10 calories, and the one I have in the video is 17 calories. You get a whole pack of noodles. And I remember like someone I used to watch, like someone I went to high school with, they would talk about these skinny noodles. I'm like, where do you buy them? Where do you buy them? You couldn't find them anywhere. Now you would have to go to a specialty store. Now I can go to Walmart and go to like the little health food aisle they have, and I can find it at Walmart, or go to Safeway, or go whatever supermarket you have, and go in there and you can find all of these like little like noodles. And there's just so many low calorie hacks. There's also, I've been learning a lot from Brienne Freeman. I don't know if you guys know who she is, um, but she has awesome, awesome, like little like healthy alternative stuff. And I want to get her book. Maybe I should get her book and support her, because Greg Doucette's book's like $140, where her ebook is like $40. And I bought her ebook before, and it's helped me out before. She looks amazing. But she has all these little like low calorie hacks, like this low calorie carrot cake that maybe I'll make. Like, if I can share stuff like that, I think it will help people. Like the low calorie carrot cake, you use it with not almond butter, sorry, oat flour, which is not hard to make. You just get some oats and blend it, and you have some oat flour. Put it in mix it up with some protein powder, put it in the oven, and it's like 300 and something calories. Like a little carrot cake. And that's perfect for me for one of my snacks. There's also like little like pizzas you can do, and air fryer's your best friend when you're eating low calorie, because you can air fry a lot of vegetables, and then the vegetables kind of taste like fries. There's so many things. I want to get back to eating like that, because listen, Omad works like eating. Well, I am doing Omad. When I do this, I'm going to be doing this with 20 hours of fasting or more. I'm definitely doing it that way, but I don't want to chase that big meal. I don't want to do that. I don't like it. As for someone who has BED, I don't want to do it all the time. I want to save that for a day where I'm like, oh, I don't feel like counting my calories. I'm lazy, so I'm gonna order some shawarma up on the hill. So I'll get some shawarma and have that within a half an hour eating window. But I don't want to do that daily. I think it's better to learn how to eat light on the daily. And then you'll find as you're doing like the little snacking, that's what I was finding, is that the more you do it, then you realize you might have to open up your eating window. And that's when you transition off of Omad. So there was also something very important I want to say. Oh, yes. Yesterday, when I screwed up, because I'm doing this method right now, my mistake is I had my meal before I went to the gym. I had oats. So I had 2 servings of oatmeal. That was like 300 calories. Great meal to have. That's another awesome low calorie dense food. Oatmeal with some unsweetened almond milk, and put in some skinny syrups. They're everywhere. I use Jordan's skinny syrups, and put it in there, put some like cinnamon on it, throw in some blueberries, and you're good to go. So I had my oatmeal meal. And then I went to the gym, which is a great pre-gym meal. I must say, oatmeal is so powerful. I went to the gym. And then after that, I ended up going out for my son's football game. And that's where I screwed up. But I hung in there and I ate 1,400 calories. But I got so hungry after the game that I went to McDonald's and I got two mini, what do you call those? McDoubles. So McDoubles are 380 calories each. So I had two of them. That brought me up to 700 calories and I had 600 calories. So I went up to 14. My intention was to go for 12. So my mistake was not making sure I had those snacks within like that hour window. And that's where I almost binge. I almost did. And then I held myself back. It's like, it's okay. You know what's happening? I didn't prepare. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. I didn't prepare it because I didn't have groceries. I didn't have time to go out because I was running around to a bunch of appointments. But today I'm going to prioritize going to the grocery store. I want to go to the gym, but no, we are going to prioritize going to the grocery store and making sure I have those little meals ready and made. I personally like to meal plan on the day. I've tried meal prepping in the past, and what happens is I just waste food. So I prefer to sit down every morning and be like, what do I fancy? What do I want to have after I break my fast? What do I want to do? Or do I want to, maybe have oatmeal and then go to the gym? What do I want to do? And I sit down and I plan things. So today I definitely am going to have some oatmeal. I'm going to go to the gym fasted and then, or I might not because I'm actually pushing it too late. Either way, I'm going to go to the gym, have my oatmeal, and then I'm going to make these little, I think they're like these 150 calorie shrimp tostadas. So I'm going to get these little like small tortilla taco shells. And those are like 90 calories each. And I'll have two of them. I'll put some shrimp on it. And shrimp is amazing. Again, seafood is an awesome low calorie food. What's a low calorie food that's not seafood? Chicken breast. I'm going back to chicken breast, guys. I was so used to eating chicken thighs, but I'm gonna go back to chicken breast because I can eat more of it and it's less calories. And I know how to make chicken breast taste not dry and saucy. So yeah, I'm gonna share this all with you guys to give you guys some ideas for sure. Oh, hey, Life. Welcome to the live stream. Nice to see you here. I definitely need to do my lives at 12:30. You guys have confirmed that with me because everyone who comes into the live stream is hopping around now. So yeah, I think I started way too early. 11:30 was on a time because I was alone. I wasn't alone, but I was alone in the comments there for a bit. But welcome. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Hello, chatters. Hope everyone's well. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much, Life. Thank you for being a moderator and, making and just like supporting me so much. I really appreciate you. I appreciate everything, your content, and your just energy and vibes. I'll never forget when I posted that video that people weren't happy about. You were so positive. You said your opinion and you're like, well, but you were just like positive and you didn't bring me down. So thank you for that. Because I am going through a rough time. I'm going to make mistakes. And yeah, that reminds me of something because Louise's Journey just posted a video about, I want to go watch it, about sharing your weight loss journey online and the pressures. Like, I've talked about this before. I put this on myself. I'm not blaming anything. But like being a weight loss YouTuber, people don't share their weight all the time as a weight loss YouTuber because they will get criticized if they go up. Like, people will not share it. They just are quiet about it. I'm going to break that because I'm going to share it because I think showing more about the fluctuations of the weight is more reality, because people are going to be on their weight loss journey and they're going to see people, sharing their weight loss journey online, and they're looking at their weight and their weight went up because of A, B, or C. And then they're freaking out and they're like, well, why did this happen? This doesn't happen to that person. But if I can be transparent and share that and see, hey, this will happen on your weight loss journey, but you can still be successful, and that the scale isn't the be all and everything end all. I always say this: non-scale victories precede scale victories. The scale will stay stuck, but you'll look in the mirror and you'll realize that you're a leader and that you're small. You just have to remember that. So like, again, we put this pressure on ourselves to be like perfect, like, and it's really bad with the men, especially not the weight loss men, obviously the bodybuilder men. A lot of these guys are dropping in their like 30s. Like, I know someone who lost their husband in their 30s due to stuff like that. I believe they had a pre-existing heart condition and they were injecting PEDs. So like the pressure to be perfect, like why don't we just have the pressure to just be, to just simply be, you know? Whether that be like back in the day, the old bodybuilders always used to put on weight. Like they would put on weight. They would go through bulking and cutting seasons. And now everyone's trying to stay shredded and ripped 24/7 and all these young guys are just dropping. And in the female world, when it comes to weight loss, it's kind of the same thing. That's why a lot of people don't share their weight on the daily, but I will continue to do so to be, Life's Magical Jersey says it's my pleasure. Thank you. To be as transparent because I think transparency and honesty is just the best way to do it. Even if I'll lose subscribers, I lost subscribers when I showed that when I was 188 pounds after the dry fast. Obviously I did that on my period. I really don't care. It's all about transparency because people need to know that these fluctuations will happen. It will happen sometimes, especially if you stray off track your diet. And there are sometimes on when you're strict with your diet with OMAD and your period starts, it's the scale's a little bit more forgiving. Like you'll get a 1 to 2 pound gain. But if you're struggling, yeah, that will happen. It's okay. It will go away like it did. It's not the end of the world. If you lost weight before, you can lose it again. And I strongly believe when it comes to maintaining weight, it's a range. It truly is a range. You cannot, it's really hard to stick. Like if you are gonna maintain your weight to one like weight or two, like let's say you're staying at 140 pounds and you're not moving from there and you're stuck at 140 and that's that, you have to be on 24/7. Like you have to be doing the same diet day in and day out. You have to be meticulous. And who wants to live their life that way? Like some people do, some people enjoy it. There are bodybuilders that enjoy it. I know Jeff Cavalier talks about how he only has carrot cake twice a year on his birthday and during Christmas or Thanksgiving. Like if that makes you happy, do it up. I support people who are completely strict with their nutrition like that if it makes them happy. But for me personally, I love food. So I want to be able to enjoy a day where I'm like, you know what? I really don't care. I'm just going to eat whatever within reason, but then have the discipline to be able to snap back to it. It's all about learning how to adjusting to the scale and not letting it run away from you or not letting it go down if you're trying to lose weight. It's all about that. And I want everyone to have that power. I want everyone to learn that. And I'm currently working on building that power myself. Of course, I'm struggling right now, but at least the scale's stuck. It's still stuck in the 180s. But again, consistency with the calories. I just got to keep going. Every time you struggle, just keep going. Get to the other side of that struggle. See what happens when you get to the other side of not giving up, and magical things will work out for you. Life's Magical Journey says, yeah, it will go up and it will go down for sure. It will. It will. And that's okay. And like the freedom, you want freedom in all of this because there's so many, like I've had conversations with so many people. Like when I was talking to, I need to go see her again, but my awesome traditional Chinese medicine doctor, she talked about how she has this friend who's like really strict with his nutrition and he's ripped and everything, but he's having issues with constipation. And she was literally telling him, she was like, buddy, you can eat dirty and this maybe will help you. He's like, no, I need to eat clean. Like he eats paleo and he has like a paleo diet. And she was, and I was telling her that too, because I was learning that. And she's like, yeah, just have a day where you go out and have the junk food and see what your body does. It's going to want to eliminate it. So it's all about like learning to be free from all of that. And I feel like social media has created a space where everyone needs to be perfect. Everyone needs to like a lot of these big weight loss YouTubers, you don't even know what they're doing to keep their physique. Like you do not know the pressures these people have to go through. And when I get to that status, because I'm going to say it, when I get to that status, I am not going to let anything like that affect me because I'm going to learn that it's important to be free. It's important to be happy. It's important to not be imprisoned by, standards that you set for yourself because you're comparing yourself to other people. It's like someone who has 2 million subscribers on YouTube may look at someone with 13 million subscribers on YouTube and feel like they're inferior, but that's not true. Because, like, look at me, what I have, and I'm like, well, I wish I had 2 million. At the end of the day, my point is that we'll never be happy. Like, I just found out Mr. Beast is now not the #1 YouTuber. My son pointed out to me, he's like, it's this it's this Indian music channel that's like has 100 million more subscribers more than him. Like, you'll never ever be happy if you're constantly chasing. And happiness truly happens in the present moment, is sitting down and accepting where you are. Like, sometimes in life, we need to sit back and realize that a lot of the things we wished for and prayed for, we have now. Like, for me, I wish I was in Alberta. I wish I was in Calgary, getting away from Toronto. I wish I had my own bathtub. I didn't have my own bathtub in Toronto because we were renting a top floor of a house, and there was no bathtub. So now I have a bathtub. I can take baths. And I remember looking back at one of my Instagram stories, and I was looking at my son's father's family, and they had a dog, and I love dogs. And I'm like, one day my dreams will come true and I'll have my own dog. And look, I do. I have Bo. Yeah, she can be annoying because I got to take her out and walk all the time. But that's the reason why I got a dog, so I can get my butt up and walk and move. And, so when I had moments like, oh, I don't want to take the dog out, I'm so tired. Remember, you always wish to have a dog? And just, I was looking at her this morning and smiling. I'm like, you are like the perfect thing. I've always wanted a dog. I always loved animals. And she's the best cuddler, and she's like the best emotional support animal. I love her to death. She almost got killed by a pit bull yesterday, but the pit bull was half her size. I'm like, why are you letting this pit bull beat you up? And that pit bull that I saw at the dog park yesterday needs to be put down. Like, Bo was big enough that she could take it, but she was whining. She always cries. I step on her paw and she cries. And the owners were like, sorry. I'm like, no, it's okay. I'm like, Bo's a big girl, so she can handle it. Like, nothing happened to her. But if that dog was the same size as that pit bull, oh my God, that dog would have been gone. I don't know. People should not have pit bulls. I don't think they could train that pit bulls. That's why they were at the dog park at a late time. But anyway, my point is that I was like, I'm like, I have to take her out. It was like late at night. I really didn't want to, but we have to remember, like, life is not as bad as it seems. Even when, whoop, I don't know what happened there. Life's magical journey says that's powerful. Those mental reminders of your dreams coming true make all the difference. Exactly. Mentally reminding myself. Another big reminder that I completely forgot. I lost over 100 pounds. Like, do you know how many times I wished that I would get to Wonderland? How I was like, how many times I thought I would never ever see Wonderland? That I would never ever like get to 100 pounds down, that it wasn't for me. And I'm sitting here complaining and being like, the weight's stuck at 182 pounds. Why the hell am I complaining? Literally, less than a year ago, not even like let's say 6 months ago, I was wishing I wished I was in the 180s, and now it's a problem. Like, we're always like never satisfied. That's the human brain. And we have to remember that. Like, wow, that just hit me real hard. That really hit me hard. I'm complaining that I'm in the low 180s. Wow. When this time last year, what is it, July? Oh my God. This time last year, I was 229 pounds, could barely walk, binging, eyesight issues from all of the injuries. And I'm complaining that I'm stuck at 182 pounds. Yeah, that was an aha moment. Everything will work itself out. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. And injury wise, I'm getting better. I can do a push up. I can do pull ups. I can work out for 3 hours. Well, I'm not really working out the full. I'm walking on the treadmill for an hour, and I'm dilly daddling at the gym. Like, I'm doing like calisthenic sets, and then I'm taking like a 2 to 3 minute break. That adds up. And I'm taking pictures or what have you. It's not all hardcore working out, but I'm doing my physical exercises, and I'm doing, 3 hours of getting stronger. And I couldn't do that 6 months ago. I could barely go to the gym. Heck, I'm even at the gym. Like, this is the first time I've been at the gym in years. I lost when I got to 220 pounds, I lost that weight with home workouts because I have anxiety about being out in public. I don't want to be looked at and blah, blah, blah. And now I go to the gym, I get looked at all the time. I don't really care. It doesn't bother me. And we just have to like remind ourselves of that. We truly do. I just hit myself in the head there. Anyway, oh, I have an appointment. I gotta go. Oh, Can We Just Talk says, I recently found your channel and I'm glad I did. Your motivational speeches is what keeps me going on my Omad journey. Much love from Chicago. Chicago! That's a city I want to visit. Chi-town. Oh, thank you so much. Sending you love, girl. Sending you so much love. And I'm glad my speeches help. I'm really glad they do. If it can like reach people on that deep level, it's worth it. It's worth it for sure. Like, I really don't care what the algorithm says because those videos tend to not get a lot of traction, but it gets people's hearts, and that's what I'm in for. It's getting people's hearts and knowing that they have the power within them to get through it all. Anyway, this was a very interesting live stream. It started off with me getting trapped in my negative mind to me just blossoming into the version of myself that I'm trying to make the version of myself permanent, that higher self of perspective and realizing it's all going to be okay. Life's Magical Journey says that's an awesome thought. Thank you so much for your time. Make sure you hit that like button, guys, as it helps me out a lot. And I will be dropping a video this evening. What is it called? Oh my God. I just uploaded it. Oh, 5 lessons I've learned about my weight loss journey from eating 1 meal a day. Send you guys mad love. I'll see you guys very soon. Take care. Bye.